Hey guys, it's Dr. Steve, master of the subconscious mind and doctor who fixes 100% of orthopedic issues not related to cancer, fracture, or infection. And one of the other things I do in the office is deal with genetics, and I break down people's genetic sequencing and look at how these enzymes are expressed. So I look at these SNPs, these genetic mutations, to find out how we are going through what's called methylation. And so if we are out of balance in this methylation through these enzyme pathways, we create inflammation, right? We create too much oxidative stress, and we wind up with dis-ease or illness. So in the triad of health, it's emotional, biochemical, and structural that are comprised. And so, nutrition is an important factor to take care of yourself as well. And one of the enzyme pathways I want to go over today is the NOS enzyme pathway, and the nitric oxide pathway. A lot of people will just think of that as blood flow, an increase in blood flow and circulation and cardiac health. And while that is true, there's a lot of other things that it can affect. So if we have that NOS enzyme pathway that's upregulated or expressed, what can happen is we can rush down and create something called peroxynitrate. And if we have too much peroxynitrate, it can cause gut damage, right? So we can take superoxide dismutase to help downregulate, lower the oxidative stress. We could take more citrulline. More citrulline will increase the nitric oxide. But we need to go through this pathway where we have enough nitric oxide, so it takes our superoxide that comes from the oxygen, which is another free radical, and converts that into hydrogen peroxide and back into water. Because if not, if we don't make enough nitric oxide, we could end up with hydroxyl radicals, peroxynitrate, all these inflammatory things. They can crash the adrenals, right? We could end up having some blood pressure issues, right? So, nitric oxide enzyme pathway being expressed can create blood pressure issues, gut problems. It could create sleep issues, because what another factor with that nitric oxide pathway is that if we don't make enough of it, your body is going to steal something called beta-hydroperoptin. And that goes then to manufacture more of the nitric oxide so that we can neutralize the peroxynitrate. And then now we're not making serotonin. So if BH4 is being stolen, we don't make that serotonin, right? And serotonin converts to melatonin, which helps us sleep. So all the mood disorders, the sleep disorders, the gut issues, the high blood pressure, all that could be because that NOS enzyme is not being expressed. But the only way that I know how to help you guys through nutrition is for you to do a genetic test so I can look at your SNPs and determine what's expressed and what is not, right? So the big thing I want you to understand though is there's a lot of people when they see this, they want to give you arginine. And arginine in some people is great and it will increase blood flow and help, but other people it's going to cause them upregulate and create big problems for them, push them through that enzyme pathway too quickly. So we need to be careful with who we give arginine to. And citrulline might be a better choice because citrulline tends to not have that problem, and citrulline in itself will increase the blood flow, increase that nitric oxide production, neutralizing that gut inflammation with the peroxynitrate, or sparing the beta-hydroperoptin so we make the serotonin, which would increase your mood and help you sleep. So that's the nitric oxide pathway. And if you guys are looking to improve your nutrition or find out why you're expressing certain symptoms and not just randomly take supplements that you read about online, you want to get it down to what's specific for you, you need to reach out to me. I'm happy to look at your DNA. We can go through that. I can plug you in the computer. I can figure out all the coding and explain to you why there's inconsistencies with the results that you're getting when another person got the same results, because we're all too genetically different. All right. Don't forget, we can also change genetic expression with our thought. So we can change the DNA expression and the enzyme pathway with our thought. So when we pay attention to that whole picture, emotionally, biochemically, and structurally, that's when you become healthy. That's when you see your optimal health. All right, guys, reach out to me.